Hello, fellow Bereans. Thank you for joining me. And I am here, Kimberly, you know me, and I am here with a special guest. I have my husband, Jamie, with me. We started looking at this video that I did, and we have pulled this information out of it to ask you about 33s. We're talking about why 33. So I am going to ask him what he thinks about this.
Kim, I mean, the whole 33 thing is just unreal. And I think when you try to explain to people the whole 33 connection, some people maybe aren't up to speed or they don't know exactly what's going on. But
Right.
when you realize how prevalent 33 is just throughout history, throughout the Bible, throughout stats and facts and the news and everything else, you start to realize that there's got to be some kind of connection or some kind of message. And that's what kind of hit me about watching your video. We start talking about 33s, and I realized there's probably even just that much more to it.
Right. I guess most people don't really know about it. I didn't either until I started looking into it. But it's pretty prevalent throughout our history, that number being used as kind of like a code word. Like this is a secret code, like the secret society, and you use that number when you're in the club. That's what I found.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that, and I almost felt like it was like just a secret, like I'm checking in. So when you read a stat of 33% in the news media, or 33 of this or 33 of that, it's almost like these different factions of people are checking in to let Big Brother or they know that, hey, we're following protocol. We're in.
Right.
We're doing what you want. See, we're the 33s over here.
Right. And most people don't know that the information is controlled by a certain number of people. You have the big elite rich guys at the top that are kind of calling the shots, and then you've got the big six underneath them who kind of control all of your media. It used to be in 1983, it was about 50 companies that controlled all of your news. And then I think in 2001, it went to 6. So now you have those. No.
People have no idea that there's only 6 organizations that run all the media out there. So we think of all these different stations, and Fox and CNN and MSNBC, and you go on and on and on and on. And,
right.
You can watch videos on the internet showing just singular messages that prevail through hundreds of these news media outlets that are repeated word for word.
Right.
That's
yeah, that video. I remember that.
You remember that video?
This is extremely dangerous for our democracy.
Yes, that's not happenstance. That was repeated thousands of times across thousands of news media outlets controlled by 6 people.
Right. It's the illusion of choice. You've got hundreds of thousands of channels and companies to choose from to make it look like you've got this choice to make, when actually you are getting fed exactly what they want you to be fed.
Hence the whole 33 thing, which is what we're talking about today. We're talking about 33s and how prevalent they are in all the information that we're getting, especially right now.
Right. So the big thing with that number is like a Masonic, I don't even know if I can say that word, Illuminati type. We've heard that, and it's all like conspiracy theory, or that's, only if you're got a tinfoil hat on, do you believe anything like that? But when I looked at this, I started pulling these up, and it was pretty uncanny how many there were.
Thousands of them. I mean, just showing some examples, and hopefully, folks, you can just kind of just glean some information from this and realize how repetitive this is.
I'm going to show you my screen, and then we'll go with that. So this was the thing about the big 6 we talked about the illusion of choice and all the companies that control the media. If you look at this, that's Disney's ownership and all of the companies that they own and run. the number 33, let me keep going to this slide. You'll have to pull this up. I pulled this out of another video if you really want to know all the information. So these guys, this is their order, and at the very top, when you get to the very top of their establishment, you are a 33, right?
Yep.
And some more of their symbolism that is all in our media outlets that represent that company. This is the triangle of all the companies that are within and connected to that number. All right, so I'm going to keep on going to the slides that I was telling you about. Oh, I did talk about when I looked at this, how 33 is also the same as 1/3. And you were talking about how much 1/3 is used in the media as just a byword.
Yep. We'll get back to that in a minute. Get to the slides.
Okay, so let me get to number 64 here. It was a bunch of slides. I'm sorry it was so long. All right, so I pulled these off of the internet one night during the middle of the night, just started Googling and searching and was finding this number. So just for an example here, the Pioneer says, despite the lethal second COVID wave, it reaches over 33 million units. It was talking about smartphones, but it was still interconnected with this COVID story. The next one is Los Angeles. They had 33 personnel test positive for COVID. The next one, 33 new infections were reported today. That, I don't know where that one's from. And then the next one, only 33% capacity allowed in the stadiums. The next one, 33 patients need hospitalization. In Plainview, they had 33 new cases, right? In the UK, it says they're saying 1 in 3 could die. Again, we've got this 33 number. Infections up in Spain are up 33%. Imagine that. And the Oregon Health Authority says there's some deaths there, including a 33-year-old. And this next one, you have some spike in the cases along with 33 new hospitalizations. Isn't that crazy? Alberta is reporting 33 new COVID cases. These were all within 2 or 3 days that I found all these. A total of 33 new infections were detected in schools in Luxembourg. Over here in Jamaica, lots of numbers, but just want you to know that moderately ill, there were 33 people. All right. How about, this is talking about how these people broke protocol, and despite the high numbers of COVID cases, they were breaking protocol and 33 of them were compounded. Over here, we have 1 in 33 cases as of May 31st. Over here, 33% were asymptomatic. That was a nice one. 33-year-old woman who dies from a rare breakthrough case. Get that part. The health ministry reports 33 new deaths. 33 new patients need hospitalization. Are you seeing a theme here, or?
Well, I mean, it's not just the theme per se. It's just that if you start to really realize and you really start to look at this, you realize it's just every freaking where. It's, like I said, it's like people checking in. It's like organizations checking in and saying, hey, we're here. We're furthering the cause. We're furthering the story. And when you start to realize there's an agenda behind the scenes, you realize the information that you're being fed is probably not true. It's an agenda of some sort controlled by a they. And that's the most important part to realize. 33, and we were talking about this earlier, Kim, and I think that 33 is just a totally awesome number that people love to stomach. If only a third of the people are being affected by any given thing, then 60% or 66% of the population can say, well, that doesn't affect me. And so it's easy to stomach. And that's what you're talking about earlier. That 33 number is just easy to accept. So when it's delivered to you, you're like, oh, okay, that's just, 33. Oh, yeah, 33. Oh, it's just a third. it's just 33%, whatever. It doesn't affect me. I don't have to worry about that. I'm not one of the 33. It's the whole deniability thing, and then people can accept it. And it seems to be something that they're utilizing to just further an agenda, in my opinion.
Right. So I'm going to go on with these. Cherokee had 33 new positive cases. 33% of these patients experienced neurological. This came out, by the way, right when the Delta variant came out. Just interesting that there was also a video about this back when COVID very first broke last year. The guys did a video on how many news stories there were with 33 cases. In Sydney, there are 33 test clinics open, in case you wondered about that. You need to go get tested. The Alabama Republican Governor Kate Ivey says there's roughly 33.9% of residents fully vaccinated. In the Olympics, you need to know that there's 33 different sports. Both vaccines were only 33% effective against the symptomatic disease. That one's in, what language is that? Pfizer is going to get 33 million. That's what that says. This one says there's 33 new positive cases. Despite the lethal second COVID wave, the phones are going to reach 33 million units. That's good to know. That one's the Pfizer one in English. You are welcome to check my math. Last week's growth was about 33%.
There it is again. And that's just the whole thing. It's the whole 33% thing. People accept it. No matter what is delivered, if it's just 33%, I'll take it. And you just go on about your business and you accept the information delivered to you. And we need to wake up. We need to wake up to the fact that there is an agenda. There is a controlling factor. There is an agenda that maybe isn't perpetuating the truth. And so when you start to question that, you then realize that there is people that are trying to control us for whatever reason. Right. Go research that yourself. Look this up. Look up 33s. Google it. DuckDuckGo, whatever, all that stuff. Just look up the different ways that 33 is perpetuating throughout all of the news media, throughout all of the stories and that sort of thing. And you'll realize that this is something that people are perpetuating upon us.
Right. I just did it in the Facebook search engine. Just at the top where you can search Facebook, I just put 33 cases and then ended up with tons of them. Like I said, just in a couple of days.
Yeah, people need to go do it themselves. Seriously. I mean, you can watch Kim's video. Kim's got a really cool video about an hour and 20 minutes long that encompasses all this information plus a ton more, about the illusion of choice that we think we have out there when there really isn't free choice in the media. There is an agenda being perpetuated upon us. And I'd encourage you guys to look at that. Definitely woke me up to some new themes and new things that are out there for sure.
It's a lot of information. And I did not mean for it to be that long, but it's a overwhelming amount of information that I tried to cram in there, and I still didn't get it all. But just flipping through the rest of these, just so you can see them, like Jamie said, you need to go look it up yourself. That's something that we need to learn how to do, is research ourselves, because our news is no longer news. What would you call it?
It's an agenda. It's a controlling body that's trying to influence us for their own agenda.
Right. And I talk about that in the video, if you watch it, that there was a plan for just that. So thank you all for checking this video out, and I hope you will go research this yourself. And thank you for joining us. Bye. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome, honey.